Hey there YouTube, welcome back to our next segment of Teching the Meta. In this week we'll be discussing 3 different decks with a similar archetype using Elemental Hero Stratos, Dimensional Fissure, and or Gyzaris. If you folks haven't figured it out yet, we're going to be discussing Prisma Glads, Fissure Glads, and Icarus Glads. Alright, I'll start off with our Dimensional build. Morphing Jar, Dimensional Fissure, Test Tiger, and a Spirit Reaper. These are some 4 major key cards in this deck. Dimensional Fissure is to have the control over your opponent's graveyard. We have a lot of graveyard manipulative formatting going on, I guess is what you would call it. Of course, we have our plants, and 6 Sams now can manipulate the graveyard if it's needed to. And Morphing Jar combos up really well with this Dimensional Fissure if they're running a high monster count like Formula Monarchs or something like that. Because we go set our Morphing Jar with Dimensional Fissure on the field, they attack, they lose their entire hand, they draw 5 cards, that is giving them maybe a slight advantage, but it's possible that they have lost their big power cards because of Dimensional Fissure. Another couple good combos is Dimensional Fissure and Spirit Reaper. Spirit Reaper you can just hide behind for a while if you don't have a certain out too many cards, and then when you have outs you can go in, get rid of your opponent's monsters, start poking for tiny damage, getting rid of that hand size, maintaining more pluses by removing the monsters from play, and generating more pluses than your opponent. And of course Test Tiger. Test Tiger is really good when we go Test Tiger any Gladiator beast. We can go Test Tiger for Request, tribute him off. Test Tiger will get removed, but now this goes back into your deck and you get a new Gladiator beast, whichever one that you need. Maybe you need your Request back to cycle your War Chariots and continue that monster advantage. Dimensional Fissure is Dimensional Glads are mostly used in formats that require graveyard manipulation, and if you want to beat that meta or tech out your own meta in a sense, this is a great deck to devastate graveyard manipulative formatting. Alright, next deck I'm going to discuss is we have our famous Prisma Glads. We have these stupid cards that do stupid things. Stratos, if you folks don't know what it does, when you summon it, you get an elemental monster from your deck to your hand. In this case, we'll be grabbing Elemental Hero Prisma. After you've done that normal summon, you can wait till next turn or somehow get this Prisma out. I don't know how you're going to do it, maybe discard it in Monster Reborn. But once we get that Prisma out, we'll call priority on it. I believe the ruling has been changed now, so sending to the graveyard is now a cost, so you'll go call priority. Okay, send Bestiary to the grave. Hopefully they won't have a response. If they do, you'll have to change things up a bit. Maybe Monster Reborn if they torrential, or you'll have to figure out something. But if your play goes unaltered, so you send it for the cost, and then you reveal. You reveal Gladiator Beast Gyzaris, and you have to send the Bestiary since that's the only fusion material monster listed on it other than one other Gladiator Beast. Now, this is treated as Bestiary, and since there's Gladiator Beast in its name, we can special summon Test Tiger off of that. Then we can go tribute Test Tiger. If Bestiary is returned back to the deck, we grab our Darius. With Darius, we grab our Bestiary, and then we can contact fuse into Gyzaris. And we've only used 2 cards to get rid of 2 cards of your opponents. And now you have a 2400 beat stick on the field controlling them, or you can attack, tag out, grab 2 monsters maybe generate some more field advantage or hand advantage if needed, making them burn some cards off effect failures or stuff like that. But that's mostly how the Prisma Glad build goes. That's the more popular one because we always run Cold Wave aside with these monsters, so we can get our 2-for-1s off really effectively. Not much to tech this out. You can always choose to run Stratos or to not run him. He is not always needed. If you get warninged, that's 2,000 for a search that might not even happen. And if that's the case, you can always play Rhoda. And the only real way they're going to stop that is a Solemn Judgment. And I don't think they want to pay 4,000 just to negate the ability to get a Prisma to their hand. Alright. And the final deck I will be talking about today is Icarus Glads. Icarus Glads, they run off not using Geysaris all the time, but you can use Geysaris to generate more pluses. So your 5 targets in your main deck would be triple Ecast, 1 Bestiari, and 1 Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind. When it's special summoned by a Glad, destroy a spell or trap. When it's special summoned by a Glad, grab a Gladiator Beast card and add it to your hand, and then he has attack and defense permanently. Icarus attack, tribute a Wing Beast, any 3 of these targets, and destroy 2 cards on the field. Generally, it's a 2 for 3 if you play it right. And this is only the main deck. Your extra deck has 3 more targets. Surprisingly enough, we go Gladiator Beast Geysaris. We go Summon Geysaris, pop 2. If they go bottomless, you can chain Icarus, pop 2 more. So you have now 2 for 5 off of that. And if you get really lucky, if there's 7 cards on the field you need to get rid of, after he goes to the graveyard, you can Monster Reborn him, bring him back, pop 2 more off. You've generated a now 3 for 7, which is a godly plus, and there's a good chance you'll win off of that. This is why Icarus Glads are a very versatile deck. They run off the Icarus to tribute monsters. You get your Ecast back, you cycle them back and forth. You can play 1 Darius to retrieve your Ecasts, and so that way we can get the Ecast back in the deck for the Icarus attack, or to add more monsters back into the hand, such as Bestiari, or if you need to add this back into the extra deck. This is the Icarus Glad build. A couple things you can tech is the number of Icarus attacks. You can tech 2 or you can tech 3. I choose to prefer 3 because you'll have 5 targets, 4 of them which are constantly cycling back and forth through the deck, and then we have a Gale, which is a anti-star card, of course, and anti-many cards. It's definitely good to get around many big monsters alongside your 2100 Reliquary or your Geysaris. And now if you really wanted to and needed to get rid of 1 more monster, we go Gale, Geysaris, sync up, and oh wait, no, can't sync with these 2, but if you wanted to, you can always run level 2 tuners as well if you want to play the Krebin's engine in Glads, but that's not for a while. I'll be discussing that later. But yeah, this was this week's Checking the Meta. Please comment, rate, and subscribe. Give us a message about what we should discuss, what we should look at next. We might be discussing 6 Samurais. The build seemed pretty solid, but there's always room to check out stuff, maybe make it better than the rest of the meta, and that's what we try to do here. Thank you very much for listening, YouTube. This was Mr. Condom with our Teching the Meta segment. Stay tuned for later this week. We are going to be doing a video about the next formats, and have a good day.